Well, how about that, folks? Welcome aboard. Thank you, Godspeed, for the information. And yeah, I forgot to unmute my mic. So for the last 13 minutes, you've been blessed with silence. The sound of silence. A great song. All right, we're in. Well, you know what? We'll back the truck up here just a bit. Again, thank you, Godspeed. I somehow missed that in all of my looking around. All right, folks, we are in Croatia. If you haven't figured that out yet, hang on, let me just try that again. Hang on, something's just not meshing right. There it goes. All right, so we're in the A319. You all know that already. By the way, Godspeed, it is going great, and I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. We are in Split, Croatia. Yes, that is the name of this city. We came into Dubrovnik and we're leaving out of Split, that's kind of cool. Gives us a couple of different places here we've never been. But we are flying our amazing race flights. And what this is, there's a TV show here called The Amazing Race, where teams normally fly around the world, their pre-designated run. Each week, a team gets eliminated, and they culminate in the final city, where three teams race. You know, the final three are racing, and the goal is to win to get the $1 million. This series or season 38, they're staying in Europe. Now, many would say that sounds boring. Actually, I have really come to like this one. It's amazing what's in Europe, and that's what I do. I live vicariously through them because, let's be honest, I'll probably never get over there to see any of this. So thank you to the makers of The Amazing Race. But we use it for the destinations, and it really does help because, you know, trying to figure out flights sometimes does get hard, especially when you fly for VAs that have a narrow, I'm going to call it a narrow schedule. American Airlines by no means has a narrow-minded schedule, but you can't go to places like Dubrovnik or Split, or where we're headed to, Bucharest in Romania. So this show helps me, and through Millennium Aviation, that gives me that gives us another flight to fly. Sometimes they have flights for us, sometimes they don't, but we can still go to the charter page and set them up that way, which is what we've done here. So I hope you enjoy. And if you do get a chance to watch, it is really interesting to watch. I know many aren't happy that it's reality stars this time around. Hey, okay, yeah, it would have been neat to see, you know, Joe Blow and Jane come along, but you know, it's still fun to watch them at each place doing the challenges that are before them, and unfortunately saying goodbye to one of the teams. So, like I said, we flew into Dubrovnik on the before they did I think 2 weeks worth of stuff here, show wise. I'm sure one day, no, maybe two, and then they ended in Split and then are headed over to Bucharest. So I kind of like that. Like I said, gives us a couple of extra destinations we weren't expecting. So I hope you enjoy. And from what I've seen, people are enjoying this. So we do have an uptick in viewers when we run this. So, like I said, it's the A319, and in the show Croatia, well, let me rephrase this. In the show, they show Croatia Airlines taking them to Bucharest. Whether that's what their feet actually stepped on, who knows? But many of the legs, as you would expect on a European adventure, would be by train from Budapest to here to Dubrovnik, and then from here to Bucharest have at least been by plane. Pretty sure the next leg will be by plane. It could be from plane from here out. We'll see. I'm not going to put any speculation in. They definitely don't send me the itineraries that they flew. I just go by what I see on TV. So, but if you get a chance, watch it. It's a really good show. And we are in no way associated other than we watch the show and then we fly the flights. That's it. So don't think they're kicking anything in or we're, 100% on CBS here. No, we're just, a fly-by-night stream that is taking advantage of some new ideas for destination flight players. So it's Split, Croatia to Bucharest, Romania. And we're going to get up here and get this plane going. All right, so as you saw, we got the fuel pumps off. We're set up panel-wise for the most part. We were getting ready to do the loading of the plane. But let's get SimBrief back in here because we were having some troubles since that co-pilot just didn't file the flight. Oh, that's me. I'm everything in this cockpit. I keep forgetting that. All right, let me find SimBrief again. Or Sim Toolkit. There you are. Hang on a second. Oh. And by the way, St. Louis has found a little bit of an early winter here, which is kind of cool. And it is kind of cool outside. We're in the 40s today with a pretty brisk wind. I think it's been dying off, though, during the day, but wow. And we're supposed to have it tomorrow and then start warming back up again. Welcome to fall. The battle between winter and summer continues. All right, so you can see what we got going on here in Split, and we're headed along that route to Romania. You can also see it here in the woods. There's my cursor. Here it is. We'll take off runway 5. We'll land 26 left. All right, let's get our idea of how many peeps aboard. Of course, we kept it empty for the contestants of the amazing race. 106 people on an aircraft of about 100 and we'll call it 150, even though they don't put that many in there. Might feel like it sometimes, but they don't. We're taking off from Split, LDSP, Lima Delta Sierra Pop, to Lima Romeo Oscar Pop. Again, you can see the route. Our cost index dispatch has given us 15. We'll start off at 19,000, headed up to 39,000 feet. Yay. Weather-wise, I'll actually tell you I don't know. All I do know is the altimeter is 1013, standard altimeter. Winds are out of the north, 360 at 4 with a broken layer of clouds. It's 7,500 feet. Hopefully airfield management will get the sky fixed. Visibility 10 kilometers, and the ATIS has it broken now at 7,000, so obviously they need to turn the wrench the other way to get the ceiling up higher. Transition level down here in the Adriatic, 11,500. Runway 5's in use, and so it's looking good. And where I'm reading that from is the ATIS. This is the Airport Terminal Information Service. It basically tells pilots what to expect from what the runway friction is when the snow and ice start coming to, and even the rain. You could get some, numbers on the rain or other conditions, I should say, to any pertinent NOTAMs that need to get out to the pilots on the radio and stuff like that. So Over in Bucharest, we have a wind. Calm. I never have seen what's after that. Calm. Runway 8. This kind of makes me a little nervous. Oh, they got fog. Okay. Now it's a little more. 800. Ooh. All right. Well, we'll see how that all transpires, won't we? Yuck is the main word there. All right. Well, we'll give her our best. All right, and with that, did I file my flight plan yet? No, I did not. So bear with me 1 second while I file the flight plan. I'm going to actually bump us. Okay, and get our nav data in, which is our nav Delta 1 Echo 2 Alpha 1. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there because we may actually have an auto land waiting for us. Now, there is one other thing I could do here. Now, I told you we've taken, well, if I didn't, we've rolled the clock back, mainly so we fly daytime. I just see that as much better to fly in. It's just a lot easier, both me and you. And hang on a second. So, with that in mind, knowing we have potentially some pretty nasty fog up ahead, I've already rolled the clock back to like 8 o'clock in the morning. I could set the weather to show up at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, we'll just see what we get. Right now, I'm set to whatever it is right now, that being fog. Mainly why I did that, controllers. For instance, for all I know, at 7 a.m. today, they were taken off the other way because that's the way the winds were. Conversely, same thing over there. So, and they could have fog. Who knows? At 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10 o'clock, you never know. So, but yeah, we filed it, I think. Let me double check. Yep. Connecting. Okay, I got to check our call sign. CTN 572. We're not an islander today. That would be a long trip. Wow. Hey, there you go, Hawker. If you sound of my voice, there. We'll have a flight very similar if we took the islander. Ooh, that'd be a long run. All right, and I keep forgetting we're somewhere else where we don't get the beep, beep, beep with 8 coming on to VATSIM. All right, so let's get back in the airplane where it looks better. Okay, now I forgot what I wanted to look at. Oh, well. Oh, I know. So I don't forget. Yo, Millennium. Hang on, did I leave you running? No, I did not. Okay. Sometimes I forget and have it running still from earlier flights. All right, and it'll log us in here momentarily, and then we'll start loading peeps and fuel. All right, looks like it has accomplished that, and what I look for, oh, yep, there we are. Yep, we are boarding and on the map. It's just really weird where it pops us at. Like Central or Czech, it looks like we're in the Czech Republic by the way they pop them down there. Oh, and it doesn't help that Europe has got so many countries. So, all right, let me just do that. That. Oh, nope, nope. Bring that back. That's what we wanted. All right, and clicking over here. I promise you we're going to get this plane loaded here in a minute. Okay. Like I said, I did promise. Here we go. All right, so let's get down here and load the plane up down to 2. We first, let's go ahead and put our peeps on. Let's go to page 2 here. Click the plus. I forgot the number. I know it was like 106. Don't forget to click load and unload. I do that so often. All right, now let's get the fuel. 15,500 pounds. Request that fuel truck. And for cargo, right now, 0. All right, now we're going to head over here, check our weight and balance, set to current. 113. All right, we're a few pounds off, but we'll take it. All right, I like it. Okay, so with our fuel, we're going to take a little bit to get loaded here. Hang on. Let's take a look. We're talking a good 6,000 pounds going in the plane, so that'll take some time. All right, so we'll skip the APU until we're done fueling. So we'll check the lights, which technically I already did once. Okay. Down here, we're going to make sure the flaps, spoilers are down and not armed. You know they're armed. There's a white ribbon that comes up. Flaps at 0. Confirming right here. Hang on, I need to see. Right here, we have indicated 0 on the flaps. Again, we don't have the APU running, but we can check that the probe heat. I know it's supposed to be dark, but that's what we get with the way that, you know, we do an early morning departure with the sun. Electric panel, ventilation panels, all good, and the external power is still on. We're going to go ahead, begin the alignment. Okay. Okay, we got strobe lights currently in auto. We're using nav lights 1, nav light 1, logo 1 and 2. Both lights will be lit, folks. Don't mistake that to think one or the other. No, or one or both. They're both on with each selection. Seat belts will leave off for now until they're done boarding. And emergency lights are in the arm position. Landing elevation is set to auto, and fuel pumps are currently off while we're refueling. Let's head down and do the initialization of the MacDo. Okay. Now, I am going to go ahead, bring charts in. All right, that wasn't how I wanted it to load, but that's what I get. Now, if you didn't know this, if you have a SimBrief account, you've generated your flight plan through it, and you're allowed the connection from for SimBrief in your charts, you can import that flight plan. All right, there it is, by the way. Okay, here's our departure once again. Not too bad here. Variable wind, 3 knots, not worried about it. This is 33 minutes old, and all what I read off earlier. Okay, I'm going to zoom into our departure point. All right, we're due to take off runway 5. Okay, get you some familiarization here. So from here, we will, I don't believe we push back here. So we'll pull forward, come out, taxi, back taxi the runway, and down to 5, spin her around and shoot off. Okay. To the north. Now, we said we're doing the Kenny 1 Whiskey departure, Ken M transition. So let's look at that. So we come off, remember that's a northeasterly takeoff, and then we're going to be pretty quick on that turn to head down to SB 800. Where is Kenna? What? Oh, okay. Here to SB 801, back to Split, out to SB 805, out to Kenham. By here, we need to be above 10,500. So we'll kind of, you know, right now, I think we have ATC. We do. All right. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, why did I bring us here? If you click the charts, you go to taxi, you can get your parking stands and coordinates. Now, I'm not 100% sure where I've forgotten where I put the plane. So what we can do here, first, click the pin to pin it down below, and then zoom in. Looks like stand number 4. Okay, come back out here. We'll look up stand number 4, and there's your coordinates that we're going to double check. Okay, here we go. To 26 November. Okay, go to init. Click init request, and again, there are ways to connect ToLiss with SimBrief through your account number and all. Number, not login ID. Read the manual, because there's a couple of things in there you'll need to decide what's comfortable for you, not this guy. All right, we need 4332.2. Okay, that's pretty easy to make happen. 4332.2 north. Okay, now for stand 5, we need 6 east 1617.9. Hey, look, it's right. So we can click align, and when we get to 0, it will align to these coordinates instead of where the reference point is. All in all, it overall doesn't matter, but for those of us that like to go that extra step in realism, it helps. Requesting the wind, and all of this, by the way, can be done from the menu ATSU pages. We're just taking the easy route, if you will. That makes me a little nervous. Where do we go to flight level 390? Canem, Keb, V-bar. V-bar, where's V-bar? Now they really got, oh, wow. Oh, okay. I'm hoping we can get a quicker clean than, how far from that? Wow, that's a long way at 19,000. And I got a feeling he's going to make us earn it. So we'll play by the flight plan. And the reason I'm not changing it is because we have ATC. That's the main reason, because ATC is online. All right, with this, init, we go to flight. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Go back to init, go to the next page, use the arrows, then come back to the weight and balance. Let's look at our numbers. 113.3, good. 28.6, good. 15.5, nope. 15.8. Good. All right, you can see our numbers increased ever so slightly. Now we go to F plan. Oh, yeah, you didn't see it because charts is still in the way. Sorry. We're coming back to it, so I'm leaving it up. Okay, go to plan, dunk. Okay. Now, let me see where we are fuel-wise. We're done refueling. Bear with me a second. Yep. All right, we're going to crank up the EPU. Start getting the airplane comfortable. I'm just waiting for flap open, and then we're going to finish this up pretty quickly. Okay. And by the way, you just saw it, the sun. That's why all of these switches are like they are. Okay, we're on. Okay, so we'll come down here. Let me go up here. Just going to wait for it, and then we're going to get this all set up. Mainly, we just got to put our departure and our arrivals in. All right, and we should be getting the available here any minute. I'll wait for it to hit 100%. Then I'll pop up here, get the bleed air on. There we go. Okay, so let's get back down here, pull up this. And okay, it looks like we'll get an initial climb to 5,000. All right, let's go ahead, plan this out. Click the airport departure and your runway. We're planning runway 5, Kenny 1 Whiskey. And again, in Europe, you're going to find many of these transitions are in the name of the, so if we were going to say Velet or Spile, guess what? They'd start SPI. So, or SIPA or VLI. So just so you know, that's how Europe does it. Makes it a little easier. Yeah, it makes more charts to have to go thumbing through the book if you have the book, or, but it is what, you just got to realize you're in a different area of the world. Okay, so real quick, we're going to make the intercept. Okay, go direct. 800, 801, back to SPL. 805, Kenham. Perfect. Okay. Now, just some quick notes here. We're not going to be any faster than 210 until back over split, unless cleared. We might even only go as high as 185 to SP 800. Oh no, SP 801. So yeah, it's just the way things are. Then okay. Now the reason there's no real altitudes put in here or anything else is because we haven't put our performance data in yet. Okay, now I am going to bring charts in, because this is one of the great things I love about charts. Okay, let's go ahead. That's our departure. So as you can see, 185 for us to 800, 801, 210. These are departures, folks. This isn't an arrival. 210 over SPL and then out. We can start speeding up to normal speeds, if you will. That's so you keep it in tight. Okay, now let's go to LROP. We know we're going to do the ToLiss V3 X-ray. Okay, ToLiss V. See how they're using that transition off the name, or the name off the transition. All right. Now, looking at this, we're going to do the ILS, not an NDB. I know some of you out there would love to see me do an NDB. Not happening. I'm just going to let you know. So, we'll just add. All right, so we're back here. One more look. Right here is what told me our RVR. 1100, 900. This is 15 minutes ago because of fog. You know, that's what I say. BC fog because of fog. It's not. I think it's drizzle or mist and fog, something like that. What's the temperature, by the way? 9 degrees, so we're safe on the temperature. But yeah, scattered 100. You know, to me, that would be something significant. But they're saying no significant, and I know what they're meaning, thunderstorms or icing or anything like that. But to me, that would be significant. Fog. I love that. Because of fog. BCFG. No. They won't listen to me anyway, so. All right, so we're coming in ILS 26 left. And we're flying in the ToLiss V3 X-ray. That one. And I'm kind of shocked there isn't a VIA, but there isn't. So we can just go to the flight plan. Let's take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and insert it. That was, okay, ToLiss V. Oh, okay, I see why. It just brought us right onto it. Okay. And then in and then out to LR. Is that FLR is our hold point. Today's alternate is, wow, Istanbul, Turkey. That's a haul. How many miles is that? Unfortunately, we don't get that number, but that's a haul. Holy mackerel. Let me click here real quick. $353 miles away. Holy mackerel. Oh yeah, by the way, you can view your operating flight plan here if you didn't know that. Okay, so that gives it to you. We're going to just kind of come in from ToLiss V. OP267. We will probably do the full procedure there and set up for Levita. Let's look at it real quick, even though we got 400, 500 miles between here and there. Okay, 1091, 259, that's all good. Decision altitude 200. Hopefully that works. Down here will tell us more. 550, we're good on that. 100 scattered is technically legal. Technically. You still got to see the runway. However, if we didn't, if we did not have the localizer, or if we have the localizer glide slopes out, yeah, then we can't. So, so there's what we got going on, folks. Go ahead, power up here. Okay. All right, so the flight plan's in. Let's do a quick Navigraph in case we come back to split. We got that information, and let's do a perf. And with that, we say goodbye to charts. Head over here to takeoff performance, runway 5. While you all look at that, I'm just going to get a quick, oh, we may be losing ATC. We'll find out. 360 at 4. That's close enough. 99, okay, we're not worried about those. Temperature 16, it's 15. And equivalent, I think that's it. Oh, 291. Okay, we got a dry runway here, flexing and air conditioning, which in this case will be heat. Let's compute. Oh, 8,300 foot long runway, folks. So what I am going to do first, this is why I like using this. Let's see what flaps 2 will give us. I like that. Now that's again V1 at max, V1 at minimum. So if we go to 108, we got a lot of runway. If we go to 126, which is also where we're supposed to rotate, you got 1,600 feet to get stopped if we need to. V2 129. All right, so let's head over here, click uplink. Wind, we said 360 diagonal 4. Yeah, no, a little different than what we're reading there. We said flaps 2. And I'll put that in the flaps. Why? It'll adjust the takeoff. And then we'll do the takeoff request. Yep, ATC went down. I had a feeling they were. It's also at a minimum 9 o'clock in the evening, probably closer to midnight. We're going to flex. All right, so how does the numbers look? 126, 126, 129, 68. Go ahead and insert them. I don't know if I get any help from Black Box on this one or not. Let's find out. If you're in Europe, it's a great site to go to. Oh, we do. Hang on. You can go to this site here. And it's a great one, especially in Europe, for getting you, one, the thrust reduction and acceleration numbers here along with engine out. And Some of the airports, he'll even give you how much, you know, like if you're taking off from an intersection departure, what you got for runway links. This one, you're pretty much kind of stuck with what you get. However, we're going to do 1580 for thrust reduction. Diagonal. And according to Black Box, 3080 for acceleration. I wonder why. And then the engine out for runway 1600. All these numbers are doing is just fine-tuning your fuel predictions, calculations, and when your speeds will adjust. So like if we lose an engine after V1 get airborne, we're going to get to 1600 feet before we go into climb with one engine. Otherwise, 1580, but we'll go into climb power, but we won't actually begin the full acceleration until 30 or 3080 feet. But it's a really good site, folks, really is. Learned a lot from that man. And again, congratulations on your retirement. Okay, that, folks, brings us to a close here. We are ready to go. We've got the APU up and running. On. So we're going to go ahead, kick the fuel pumps all on. Available on. Clicking it off. Be careful, folks. First, always make sure you're on some kind of power. In this case, the EPU. Turn it off here. Then go to your EFB. Hang on. Sorry. ISC, you can do it on the EFB if you set it up. Otherwise, you go right up here to plugins, ToLiss. Same thing. And we're off the external power. Some of the aircraft in simulators, if you turn it off here without turning it off on the plane, you could lose all of your data. That's a bad day. Just going to let you know. Because look at all that data we just put in. We got to redo. No. All right, let's get back here, finish up the panel. But first, I'm going to say sayonara to our baggage carts or baggage people. And the back stair. Now, this one will not automatically deploy. This one will, but I think we're going for a jetway there, so I'm not certain. We'll see. One more check for ATC, in case maybe they did a switch. They did not. Oh, that's Belgrade. Okay. All right, here we go. And again, quick look around, see if anyone's wanting to join as we continue the amazing race journey. They called it the European Adventure. We are, I think one of the contestants said somewhere along the lines are getting close to halfway through. I'd have to actually do the math. I don't know. But they are getting very close. They're whittling them down. And we'll see how this week's episode goes. Again, I believe in Bucharest, but don't hold me to it. I have only looked at one place. I know my flight schedules, but I just don't release that out. I like, let them do that. So, all right, so we are ready to go, except for the MCP here, our middle control panel. Okay, altimeter here, You know, I am so half tempted. I hope that doesn't screw things up with Millennium. All right, now, here's how you have to find your numbers. And it can be troublesome. 1013. Okay, cool. I don't know if that's real world. Or, you know, I just realized I don't know if that's real world or not. I never even thought of that. But anyway, here we go. Oh, yeah. And we're going up to 19,000. In case we come back. Okay, landing gear 3 green down. Get this up here, put it on F plan. All right, I'm going to go ahead, close up the main door. I think it's almost away. All right, we're cleared to fire up. All right, transponder set, 2000. Radars are ready, just we're not turning them on yet. And door locked. Okay. Beacon. All right, one thing with VATSIM and ToLiss, at least for me, it probably applies to you, but just in case, when you use the mechanic or ATT buttons here, watch the call button. This is VHF1. You got to go back and click it. Otherwise, you don't get the COM, and I think you'll hear ATC if you're on VATSIM go, nothing but static. So just a word to help you out. Beacons on. Going to go to the ICS here. And it's time to think about an engine start. Okay, any skid. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. All right, here we go. Normal engine start. Okay, that one's available. So now we can switch over and start up number 1. All right, we're ready to go. Okay, while the engines warm up, APU bleed off. Okay, ground spoilers armed. Now you're going to see that white ribbon. That's when you know they're armed. Flaps 2. Okay. Reset, locked, back to normal. All right, come up 1 here. I'm going to set the pitch trim. I believe it was up 0.4. Okay. And then while I'm here, I check my surfaces. Now, in the real world, they only check them 1 cycle. I do it just out of habit. Having the Logitech Saitek flight system 4 seems to help in getting them to work better for me. Then I just kind of, hang on, something's in the way here in my cockpit. Okay, we're ready to go there. Turn that off. All right. And we turn the EPU off. Auto brakes to max. And we'll do our takeoff config check, see if we're good to go. Looks that way. Cabin. And over to here, chocks off. Flaps 2, no warnings. Here we go. Kind of looks like a fun airport to come into. I may have to, on a future flight, come in here. Split traffic, Croatia 572, taxiing to runway 5 for departure. All right. I think we're all set, ready to go. Let's get terrain on over here. So again, I hope y'all enjoy this great fun run as we prepare for departure, headed for Romania, Bucharest to be exact. Okay, looks like we're all set, ready to go. Engine stable. Let's go flex. Okay, airspeed alive, V1, rotate. Okay, now we should see the nose come down a little to allow us to begin our acceleration. I'm going to go ahead and leave us in flap 1 here, at least around the next turn. Can't remember, do we climb here or is it the next one? Yep, we should get cleared now to 7,500. Okay. Now, for sure, we're gonna, after we get headed towards split, we'll up the flaps to 0. We got traffic? I got a Golf 5 coming in. No, we don't. Huh. All right, looks like we are starting to accelerate on our climb and out to be at or above 8,000 feet. Oh, it's really throwing me off, these switches being lit up. There's your Golf 5 way up above us. All right, let's go ahead, get the spoilers disarmed. We're gonna top at 19,000, but after Kenem, we're gonna make our climb. And I'm gonna double check a couple things. Oh. All right. Well, we now have ground in Bucharest. On up we go to 39,000 feet. All right. We're through 20,000, climbing to 39,000. Welcome aboard, folks. It's an amazing race. I forget what leg this would have been. However, we are in season 38, kind of recreating the areas of Europe they were in, not traveling wise, because much of the first part of this was by train, which we don't have a train simulator. Sorry. So we flew it. Now we're actually in routes that they have flown. So Bucharest is about an hour ahead of us, and we'll be there here shortly. I hope y'all are ready for this. Memory serves on the show. Is this where they slept in the little containers to get up to? I don't, you know, I got it. There's been so much so far. It's hard to keep things in line. But anyway, yeah, it was a really interesting leg with some great challenges. So check it out. It comes on CBS here in the States on Wednesdays. I forget what they, you know, rerun on. I don't think it's Hulu, but check Hulu. Might be Paramount, but check it out. It's a pretty interesting show, and if you like what you see, go back the other 38 seasons. Whole, especially the first one. Oh, that really was an amazing race. The first one. But they've all been. So the show itself started in 2001. And yes, in the year 2002, they did have another season. So a whole lot different requirements via the airlines. Oh, sorry. Wife gave me a little snack here. Sorry. All right, we're through 26,000. Enjoy the flight. All right. Sorry about that. Had to eat my snack. Oh, yum. Anyway. So I hope y'all had a great weekend. We are coming up to Kilo Echo Bravo VOR. And about 10,000 feet to go. Tomorrow we do have another amazing flight in the A321 for American virtual American. I can never keep straight which one, what their real designation is. But we're going to be flying from Philadelphia down to the Turks and Caicos. We'll call it Provincials International. So ought to be a fun run, folks. As of right now, no hurricanes. Oh, it was rough down there for Jamaica. Add to it, absolutely no aid other than the Samaritan Purse. Is that what that airline was called? Wow. Man, that was sad to see. So, not like past hurricanes where everyone's quick to rush to help. Kind of sad to see how the world reacted to that one. Oh well, but anyway, I do hope the families there are dealing with, recovery. I mean, how do you recover from the strongest hurricane landfall in ever? I mean, I can't even imagine what they're going through. So, thanks, Samaritan. I think, again, it's called Purse, but don't quote me on that, and I apologize if I got it wrong. But, man, that's just awful to see that that's all that was operating on that. Now, I'll give a slight bit of credit if it's due. Airports may not have been fully functional, but the type aircraft I kept seeing going in and out of there, a 767 could have easily done it. Probably some MD-11s. If there's any DC-10s still out there in cargo operations. I mean, there are a lot of cargo companies that could have jumped in. So, that was just sad to see. And my prayers still go out to Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, Dominica. I mean, to go through what you had to go through and then not get any help. Oh, sad. And also prayers for the government workers here in the U.S. While the two sides still try to flex their muscles and their chests saying, see, this is what the people say. No, this is what the people say. No, this is what... come on. Do your jobs. Better yet, why don't we take your money and pay them with it? That'd be a good thought. And then maybe they'll deflate their chests and get down and do what they're there for. So, anyway, it's just sad. And then they're going to make it even worse on the flying public by canceling flights because they can't get their act together in Capitol Hill and the White House. So my prayers go out to you all being the punching bag. That really should be them. They should be the one without pay and no access to their billion-dollar reserves they personally have. Guarantee there'd be a solution real quick. So, all right, but we're not here for politics. We're here to fly, and we're flying the amazing race. We took off from Split. Now, I know those of you that have followed are going, wait a minute, you were in Dubrovnik. They did challenges in both Dubrovnik and on the way to Split. I can't, that part I kind of, they didn't, well, it doesn't matter. They don't need to explain it. But they departed out of Split on Croatia Air. Hence why they're being the one we fly with today. Oh, do we have weather? I sure didn't see any. All right. And for those of you with X-Plane 12, it appears the last beta / release client released. So now we're looking at 3.1 coming out, which according to what came off X-Plane is just some small things. I'll call it, or I'll just use their words, not mine. Will be a minor update taking the time needed to ensure correct development path decisions and all are set up. That's kind of wishy-washy. Sorry, folks, for my expert analysis there. Soon we should see another roadmap as to what to expect with 3.1 and whatever else is coming, and maybe what 4.0 has to offer us. So we'll kind of see where that leads. So 3.1 sometime in the future, according to them, it will be a minor update, so nothing earth-shattering to be expected. What we did see is historical weather added, the weather radars enhanced in many of the aircraft, and default, and a lot of improvements to the A330, default A330. So kind of interesting to see what this idea is of minor updating, what that means. So we'll see. I'm going to look at the picture. Just a minor doesn't say. I thought maybe it gave a little hint at what they're updating, but it doesn't. Stay tuned is all I can say. All right, well, I will be right back. I'm going to go stretch my chicken legs as we're reaching cruise altitude. And we're going to go ahead, kick off the seatbelt sign. Allow you all to get up and stretch your chicken legs throughout the cabin. And we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Somebody chiming in. Greetings from HAT21 Neo en route from UGTB to Istanbul. Okay. Hold on a second. That's a couple minutes ago. Where art thou? HAT21. I don't see you. But hey, welcome aboard. Love getting the first time message and all. Love it. First time chat. Welcome. Oh, you're offline. Okay. Oh, so don't check VATSIM. Let me check one of my other trackers in case you're flying with like Sim Toolkit or Logitech. But that is awesome, sir. X-ray underscore kilo 0 Ria. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Also, Volante the Ma'am and Corey. Well, welcome in. We sure appreciate having you aboard, Corey. Enjoy the flight. I'm not sure where UGTB was it? UGTB. That's a new one. I gotta go take a look. Oh, from country of Georgia to Tbilisi. Okay. I know in the general direction to look then. I don't think I've ever come out of there. Is that here? No, that's still Russia. Go to the Black Sea. Oh, going to Tbilisi, the Black Sea, and to the right. I love it. Love simple directions like that. There you are. Now, oh yeah. And you're headed to Istanbul. Okay. That's our alternate for today's flight. I don't think we'll be needing, now technically in the real world, yes, good chance we may have to go to the alternate, which more than likely with the forecast we had, we would not probably have had to delay the departure. So, but we'll see how we turn out for this one. Oh, Istanbul to Tbilisi. Okay. I keep forgetting LTFM throws me off. I'm so used to the old one, LTBA. Ooh, what's this? LBBC Burkus. I need to fly more over here in the it's the Baltic, I guess would you call it the Baltic? I don't know. These aren't Baltic. Anyway, the Adriatic area here. I need to fly a lot more in it. Oh, that's got to be a big change. Going from Miami to Georgia. And I hope you're not talking the U.S. state of Georgia. Oh, wow. Yeah, I really do need to. The country, Georgia. I was really hoping that's what you meant, but you know, when you said Miami, I had to start thinking, are you talking about? Well, welcome in. We thank you for joining us. Yeah, I need to do a little bit more flying. There's a lot of neat looking airports out here. Ooh, odd. Pristina. No, I'm just kind of looking at VATSPI right now at all the different airports at, wow, we got weather. Holy mackerel. Hang on. Let's see if, well, actually, oh yeah, we're showing it here on um, Elevatech. So, huh. Wow, we're actually painting some weather ahead of us. That is awesome. Whereas our last flight on it kind of was flight on Friday, where we flew from Veracruz, Brazil, down to base. Let's call it Montevideo. Um, wow, we had a storm system in the middle. Holy mackerel! Where another pilot flying with us was over it. We went right through it. And wow, it was pretty cool. Here we're in the we're going to fly over it kind of deal. So, but as with all of our videos, those of you tuned in here on Twitch, if you miss anything here, we do post, usually we try to do it in the same day, but it may not, to YouTube for your viewing, unedited, so you don't miss anything like this. Or if anyone comes up on the Discord channel, you can hear the talk. Unfortunately, you just don't get the chat. Those that do it, great. I love it. I just think it takes up that precious real estate called your screen. But yeah, we are in the ToLiss A319 CFM engines, so that'd be the 112, and flying for Croatia today on Millennium Aviation, and it's just a fun time. Boy, that radar screen has lit up. Huh, interesting. Just got a message of one of our followers going from Norfolk, going to Norfolk, but they're going to have to divert, or something, going to Baltimore, diverting to Norfolk, something like that. And that's awesome that you got your own airline. That's cool. Yeah, every now and then I'm going to tell folks, I love flying in the U.S. Do not get me wrong. Ooh, the Turkish A350 yesterday, Tbilisi to Istanbul, and now you're headed back. Sometimes it's cool to leave your home countries and fly, or home continents, we'll put it that way. Fly elsewhere, especially if you're in VATSIM, IVAO, any of those, so that you see the little differences between how the world of aviation operates. And that's what I love doing. I was kind of let down when the Adriatic center went down, but I get it. It's nearly midnight in this area, so I get it. AJet, and you know, so you like the change of your own, huh? You know, it's fun because I've had a couple VAs myself. 10 to 2 a.m. here. See, folks, that's why getting ATC to stay up over here can be difficult. Actually, I'm kind of shocked because talking about real flying. Real airline? Hang on, that's a new one. That's a new one on me. I gotta go look for it. I see that. Formerly branded as Anna. Oh boy, I hope to not start a major conflict between the U.S. and Turkey on this one. Alua Jet. Wow. Oh, by the way, thank you for following. We sure appreciate you. Wow, flies Cyprus, Europe, and Western Asia from its base at Sabiha. And it's a subsidiary of Turkish Airlines. Wow. All right, got to see it. The fleet. Huh? A320 Neos. 321 Neos and standards, as well as the 737-8 and Max, Mighty Max. Awesome. Historically, they have flown 737-700s, 400s. Wow. Anadolu jet. Okay. Why can't they make it that easy instead of making it one word? Oh, here I am critiquing another country. That's never a good thing. Oh, 767 freighters. Yep. And the weather's dying off here real quick, I'm seeing. Wow, pretty interesting fleet. Man, that'd make a good VA too, I'll bet. Let's see where they flew to. Oh, they have a destination page. Oh, here they are. Wow. Ah, 350. Yeah, that's a neat plane. Flight factor, I mean, they did an okay job with it. I'm really hoping to see what ToLiss with them come up with. Kind of wish it was just ToLiss, but I didn't know there were that many airports in Turkey. Holy mackerel. Huh. Sabiha International. Wow. I'm just looking at the main base for AJet, and wow. Okay, I got to set a flight up for that airport. Wow, add that to my list of places to fly to. It's the only way I can figure it out sometimes. All right. Oh, here we go. FTJ. Oh, you know what? I've just got an idea. Oh, wrong click. There we go. Nice. All right, now we have another pairing to look at. Okay. Yeah, I like this. Is kind of fun. This would be fun because then it gets us yet into another area a lot of people never see, like Almaty, um, Pristina. That's Kosovo. We just flew past that. Kyrgyzstan. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to try this out. What is that midstream one that I always hit? Oh dang it. Why has this page expired? Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, good. Huh, I must have clicked something, not realizing it. But I do know this, we're at near top of descent. Okay, we're 42 miles away. Bear with me a second. What am I trying to do here, Mike? Next phase, next phase. Oh, yeah, to Cairo. What are we saying? 1019. They're saying the temp there is 9er. And I'm sure they're saying no wind. Oh, 180 at 2. Let's go with 200. All right, and that gets that set. Now let's go over here to landing and just see what we're gonna do. Oh, see, this is what I was worried about. It's a great thing that X-Plane gives us historical weather because that's what I'm running on right now. Bad thing is, look at that tailwind I'm going to have to deal with. Yikes. Okay, well, not bad. 2 days ago. See, that's, if I remembered right, it was 2 days ago minus the hours back. Piece of cake. That's what Autoland's for, right? Um, actually, you know, we had a pilot on here. I can't remember his handle. Walked me through how to do RNAPs in this plane, and I had been doing them wrong the whole time. And when we set this thing up for that, holy mackerel, that was awesome. So this is just a pretty easy approach, but okay. But just in case the winds are out of whack, we are going to here, let's look at it real quick together. And I do mean real quick because we're about 20 miles now from needing to come down. There's the approach from Tazvi all the way out to Bogvi. And then we're coming to the left side, so we'll go to Levta and then in. ILS-wise, 1091. All of these two numbers go in automatic. 2500 at 7.7 out. And looks pretty good to me. As he coughs. Oh, what was our landing speed? 122. Wow, 127. So somewhere around 600 feet a minute if we don't have a glide slope. Okay, cool. Coolness. We are 17 minutes out. I am going to go ahead, set us for... I totally forgot why I came here. 2,500, possibly. Let's go for 2,500. 35. You know what? Let's just go to 3,000 and starting the descent. Ooh. Yeah, I have definitely got to do some flying out here. Man, definitely need to do some. All right, we're starting our descent, folks. We're almost there. And I can't remember. It was like a longer flight than one would expect. Because we got there in what? An hour? Clockwise, maybe 2 hours because of time zones. Why it seemed like their flights were 5 hours, like they were going to hubs to get over there. So I never looked up direct from Split to Romania, but I'm guessing they went somewhere else before they came in there, because there's like 3 to 4 hour flight, trip times, and I'm like, that's got to be something totally weird. But anyway, welcome to my world. I can just go direct. I don't have to go via a hub. Now it's going to be interesting to see how this shifting of time, both time and weather, play out. You know what? Join the club there. 5 years ago, I did that. Yeah. Um, there are times I miss PMDG, especially like the 747 400. But with the Fearless 747 200, oh, what a plane. Even is it Sparky? I think is it was. Even that aircraft is downright amazing. But yeah, too complicated for you. I get that because it is an aircraft that flew three people. If those not familiar with the 200 Classic, but um, and you're doing all three positions. And if you throw the SIVA or the LTN into the mix, you really amp up the workload. Sparky, I haven't, well, since I switched and somebody pushed me to the 200, I haven't flown Sparky. I have flown the Dash 8 out there for the 747. There's there's problems with it, and they're not updating it. So I don't know if we'll get an update on it. But yeah, 5 years ago, I left FSX. Did not like any of the streamers out here, video makers on YouTube. What moving on in that world was like. So I jumped to X-Plane. I love it. And that, I'm going to tell you right now, that 737 from Zebo is, I think, better than PMDG. Uh, it's just unbelievable. And the fact that it's free, just every time I fire it up, blows my mind away. Just an amazing free mod to an aircraft. Yeah, Zebo just, now that they're got the aircraft compliant with the 3.0 X-plane stuff, is just unbelievable. What an airplane. And then what Level Up does with still free with the other versions. Oh, I'm not a huge, other than the 737 800, I'm not a huge 737 fan, but man, that Zebo is fun to fly. All right, top speed 31 miles ahead. But as for Sparky's 747 400, I have to update it because it's probably good 2 years since I've flown it. So I can't even imagine what it can do today. All right, let me, I just went in and corrected it. Let me correct that last text that came out. Here we go. No, they don't, and it's sad. Used to be a whole bunch, but the moniker is what most people go to. Like cars, Cadillac, trucks, Peterbilt, Kenworth. And there's sometimes a lot better in the off names, if you will, other names. And I just was never happy with what I saw. And that's why I never even thought about sinking in so much money on a simulator. Let alone that you got to put everything else into it to do what you want. So that's why I came, and I'm staying with X-Plane. Really curious what the next updates are going to be. We'll see. I know they say the first one's a minor update. What that means, who knows? Yeah, prepared probably is staying strong. I never switched, so I can't talk about it. I stayed with FSX. Finally got a computer that actually made FSX really good. And it's so fortunate that it ran out of memory. The only downside to FSX was the need for Orbix and other scenery companies to help build up the scenery. But other than that, I enjoyed it. That PMDG 7777 and 747-400, oh my gosh, were they just unbelievable to fly. So, all right, well, folks, we are just now beginning to enter the arrival route, standard arrival route, star. And for, by the way, Bucharest. Yeah, that is kind of a, yeah, that is kind of a down thing. It's either on or off. And that I just, yeah, I get that one. Just what I thought it would say. Determined by ATC 4,000 feet. As bright as, yeah, you can't really, I got them down to 10%. Uh-oh, they switched runways? Of course they would. It wouldn't be flying with Mike if they didn't switch runways. Okay, stand by for this. Hang on, I gotta change something. Driving me nuts already. There. Okay. Switching runways. Gotta love it. To... Crap, I forgot which runway they wanted. Arrivals, 8 left. Okay. All right, this could get really hairy-carry here. Let's see if it'll play nice or not. That's not right. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. 8 left. What are we on? 3 Victor, or 3 X-ray, sorry. Wait a minute. Oh, great, we can't fly that. Okay, hang on, we gotta make another change. What is this one now? 1 Echo. All right, we're going to do a quick turn about here. As I try to get us back on course. Yikes, doesn't even give us altitudes. Ugh. We got to get down. That's all I know. We're at 16. That's not as bad as I thought, but we need to swing this plane around. Nice little, what is that going to be, about 300 degrees change here to get us where we need to be. Yeah, well, it doesn't, you know, cause a lot of problems, but I need to really, hang on. But, okay, recompute. Okay, that'll work. Let me get my perf numbers changed here real quick. Okay, still the same. Okay. Sorry, lot going on. Love always happens to me. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I ought to put 121, 855 down here for when I come off the grid. Went the wrong way again. I know why they're landing this way. It makes perfect sense. Don't, you know, it's because of the fog. You can go a lot lower on your minimums here than you can the other runway. Problem is, they don't know I'm not running on today's weather. I actually prefer the buses over Boeing, but I'll fly them. I mean, people have told me that you don't. Why is that now saying not used? I'm not switching to right. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm kind of reading thing. Yay. Oh, I see why they got us going to 8 right. Yeah, no. No, I'm coming in 8 left. Sorry, folks, but yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. What's our information? Charlie. Where's transition level? 5,000. Okay. Changing that real quick. Bucharest traffic, Croatia 572 inbound, 8 left, about to join up the ILS. Maybe. Way fast, way fast. Now, this was supposed to be 2 days ago, and I don't think it applied. You know what? Let's turn all the lights on. What the heck? That'll burn it off. Well, folks, this will be my first auto land in the bus. Ought to be fun. I do like the 727. I just wish FJS would update it for X-Plane 12. Not your first auto land in the bus. Hawker, welcome aboard. And we are doing great today, sir. It's not doing so great here in Croatia or Romania. Somebody decided to put fog and a lot of it. And yeah, we're dragging our feet because I wanted to be fully ready when we joined the glide slope, which should be happening here pretty quick. Actually, no, we got another 5 miles to go. Doggone it. Yeah, I drugged my feet. And Bucharest traffic, Croatia 572, ToLiss on the initial fix for runway 8 left's ILS. In the soup. And we could be all the way down. Out of curiosity, what's Cat 2 here bring us down to visibility? Huh? Legal. How about that? There's a novel thought. One last check down here. Okay. I'm getting a go around. Okay, I acknowledged, but I'm continuing. Oh, my granddaughter's here just as I'm about to land. 2,500. Bye. Oh, the distractions in my cockpit, but they're good ones. Whew. We're down to 7 miles to the airport. Oh, now come on, Hawker. You're asking for way too much to ask me to land on a runway. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to ground in case. 2,000. We still don't have anything. Oh, cabin. Ever ran out of gas in a semi? Yes. It's tractor, trailer, truck. Not a good feeling at 5 below zero. All right, 4 miles out. No sign of the ground. No, I've never actually ran out of fuel. Could have. I in-flight refueled. Oh, cheater. Yes, I was. All righty, we're now 1,400 feet. Ah, look at that. We just broke out, got a runway, 1,200 feet. Bucharest ground, Croatia 572. Didn't catch it in your ATIS. We're short final for 8 left.
Croatia 572 at Penny ground, there is just suggestion for you that you should go with the right, this right left is also in operation. You can continue because there is low visibility operation. You can go around if you need to go with the right. So it's up to you.
I was just letting you know if you had anyone taxiing out.
Get the only one, so no problem.
300 above. Minimum.
I think we'll land. Really hate that it always does that on me.
40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
And Bucharest traffic, Croatia 572 is off at Victor from 8 left for the terminal.
Croatia 572, Topani ground, very good evening. Topani taxi Quebec, Papa Charlie, Echo Kilo, stand 114.
Yeah, one more time with the instructions.
Quebec, Papa Charlie, Echo and Kilo, stand 114.
Quebec, Papa Charlie, stand 114 for Croatia 572.
Confirm Quebec, Papa Charlie, Echo and Kilo.
Oh, hang on. Now you got to make me look. Okay, it's Quebec, Papa Charlie.
If you wish, you can continue Quebec, Papa Charlie to stand of your choice.
Hang on, let me get turned here. He's really... Sorry about that. I was pushing on the wrong monitor here. But we're going Quebec, Papa, Charlie, Echo, into Kilo to stand 114.
Thank you.
Oh, I hate when it does that. All right, 114. Where is that going to be? All the way in. Okay, that'll work. Okay, flaps are up. Let's get some radars off. That was fun. Although not what was reported here. For those curious real-world weather, and I'll explain in a minute why I say it that way. LROP. Right now, 8 right, 8 left, 300 feet. We broke out at, broken at what? 100. Oh, that's ceiling. Okay. Visibility 300. We broke out at 1200. Why? Because the airport likes us. That's why. No. We're running on, first off, the time we set for departure was, well, we started at just about 7 a.m. in the morning, Croatia time. By the time we got going, it's close to 8. Real world weather now in X-plane can be set to that time or thereabouts. In our case, it was supposed to be 2 days earlier that I read. What the heck? Now, the problem with doing that, if you're going to be on VATSIM, you may see a drastic change between real world and what your weather is. So you got to be ready for that. You could actually have a horrendous tailwind coming in. Or disconnect and not worry about it. So that's where the problem was. Whoa. But we ended up breaking out at 1,200 feet, not 100. Ooh, a nice Istanbul to Tokyo. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, mine's still pretty decent. If I was to go on with the other simulator, I probably would be below specs. All right, now we're turning on to Charlie. Okay, brake fans look good. They're not hot. That's good. Almost up on the EPU. All right, let me just make sure we're set. Landing lights, engine mode, normal. I should have probably had it in ignition. APU's on. Terrain's off. Weather's off. Potential wind shear off. All right. We should be good to go. We'll leave the brake fan on. Let's see. Yeah, we're looking good. Very good on the brakes, actually. Oh, man, we got Brazilian Airlines here. Whoa. Azul would be happy. You gotta love it. Looks like, is this cargo? Okay, Tug, you're gonna have to get out of the way. Law of gross tonnage usually wins. Hate to break it to you. Yeah, I've seen, what is it, interplane or whatever for the Alps in desert regions and oh yeah, gotta love however they set these aircraft up at these places, even though I've got it to say don't draw airplanes. Feel like I'm on the wrong lane. No, I guess I'm in the right lane. All right. We'll go ahead, kill some lights up here. He said 114. 2 to go. I can hear my granddaughter. Wow. Oh, ah. There we go. Brakes are set. All right, welcome. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you could. Well, I haven't flown it in so long I wouldn't. This stand is too small for your airplane. Looks like it fits to me. All right, we're into blocks. APU available. That didn't sound good. Whoops, forgot to bleed air. Okay, they can breathe now. Now we're on the ground. That's a possibility. It's a possibility there, Hawker. Okay, let's get up here, see where we are. Beacons off. Off. All right, we are in the blocks, folks. Welcome, welcome to Romania. The race, the amazing race, would have begun as soon as that door opens again. All right, what a great show that is. Anyway, short hop to Louis. No, we're gonna call it. Got to spend time with the grandkid when I can, so. That's a me thing. So why are you not? There you go. All right, so let's take a look at this while all the brigade trucks and all. You want a Hawker 125-400 jet? All right, let's see what the airline posted at Mac Air. It's posted. Okay, Millennium update. How about 153 feet a minute? I don't know if I'll go with that. I really don't. Oh, let's take a look, though, at Elevatech will probably follow suit. Okay, Elevatech. Oh, that's the map. That isn't going to help us. This is the one that'll help us. All right, you can see our little adjustment from going from the 2 6s to the 8. And then end up still on the wrong runway. Well, it was nice meeting you. Thanks for the follow there, Corey. We sure appreciate you coming on board. I'll let Hawker take it from there while I go through this. Let's get this completed. And then select the flight. All right, they got us 154 as well at 106. That I kind of figured we got slow because we kind of floated down the runway a little. How'd we do runway wise? Hey, we landed like a fighter on the right side of the runway. We were 1,000, 1,500, just shy of 2,000 feet down the runway. I'm going to put us about 10 to 20 feet off the center line. Not bad. Now, we'll get the official numbers that I call the official scorekeepers sim toolkit here in a second. But overall, this nice little airport here. Here's where we're parked at. So, nice numbers. Now, let's see how we get with Sim Toolkit. Not bad, 210. Okay, I thought it was worse. And the survey says we flew for, now get the details here, hour and 43 minutes, 427 miles, burning 3,300 feet, or 3,300 kilograms. Hawker's got a jet too. Get some, what? You're hungry? What? No, not Hawker. 1.2 Gs on the landing, 210 at 106. So, okay, I'm not going to argue. And 1,940 feet down the runway almost 30 feet off the center line. So, well, I was close in my guess. So, but the other numbers look pretty good, other than the fact we got really slow, about 20 knots slow. Well, actually, yeah, call it 20, 15 to 20 knots slow. Oh well. When you chop the power, you're at the mercy of the airplane. All right, and folks, I too have to head out of here. I want to first say thank you to Corey, X_Corey. Thank you for the follow. We sure appreciate you. And thank Hawker for being here. Godspeed for catching our major goof up in the second major goof up I just caught, but Godspeed caught our first one when I forgot to turn the mic on. Off. There we go. Don't want an air stare in a jetway. Come on. Oh, it's back. What? What did you do? I said off. There we go. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed. Again, we fly the... It's back again. Why is it doing that? Hang on. Okay, we fly these flights for the Amazing Race mainly because it helps give me flight pairs, departure arrivals, and we can follow a neat little seamless line. Problem is they do take a couple of weeks to fly out because it's a season worth of TV shows. People racing usually around the world, this season around Europe. So now we're in Romania, and next up, we'll find out in a week or two. But I hope y'all enjoy. It's a great show. Catch it on CBS. That's about the most I'm going to plug it because they don't support the channel. No offense to them. They don't have to. They got enough to worry about on their plate. We sure like it, though, if they're listening. Anyway, you all have a great day. Tomorrow, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about tomorrow. 16Z is our normal fire up time. And let me type it out here so you can see it here on Twitch. Tomorrow, 1600, Monday, 1600 Zulu. I'm sorry, I'm leaving you homework to do your math to figure out what time zone and what your time is. But we're going to be flying the A321 from Philadelphia down to the Turks and Caicos Islands in the Bahamas. As of right now, I've not heard of any tropical weather down there, but that doesn't mean it doesn't just poof. So we'll see. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us on this next leg of the Amazing Race. We'll have another one here shortly. So God bless. We'll see you on the next flight tomorrow at 1600Z. See ya. God bless.